It was emotional, as I'm sure you can imagine. This church, it held 600 people during the service. In this building behind me, it was used for overflow, and there were another 200 people inside that room. Any minute now, this fallen police officer will be taken back home to northern Arizona following the autopsy here in Tucson. Brooke and Dan, the family is seeking $9 million in this newly filed notice of claim. I'm told by both the family and their lawyers they want to make sure that this never happens again. It is quite the scene right now. Dozens of police officers are here and more responding as we speak. The Pima County Recorder tells me they've been crunching numbers all day, and as you can see behind me, that is still the case. You can see the haze from where I am right now, and something else you can see the Kitt Peak Observatory. Christopher Clement's attorneys are planning to appeal today's decision. I'm told today was disappointing for Clements, who has maintained his innocence throughout this entire trial. So just a reminder, if you are hearing thunder, that means there's lightning nearby and you shouldn't be outside. So just stay inside tonight and be safe. Thank you so much, Valerie. So hopefully this is my winning ticket, and you may want to take notes just in case you're that lucky winner.
All I said was there's an active shooter near me, but I'm in this conference room and I think I'm safe. I love you.
Words no one wants to hear and no one wants to say. But Spencer Yeager had no choice on Wednesday when he was inside this building on the day Thomas Meixner was shot and killed. Even now, he still struggles putting it into words.
We had just begun kind of talking about our group business, and that's when I first heard and felt the shots. Because of my proximity to the door, I could feel the vibrations like hitting my body.
From there, it happened quickly.
At that point, everybody who was at the table facing the door, they all got up and went to the walls. And my professor was shouting, shut the door, turn the lights off. And at that point, I had some kind of inkling that it was a gun, but again, I was totally unaware of where it was happening.
He says he then shut the door and turned the lights off. Then he hid under a table, the ringing in his ears still prevalent.
It was like 6 or 8, just one after another.
Bullets.
Yeah.
He stayed crouched down for an hour and a half, texting his family just in case it was the last time.
I was texting my mom, my dad, my brother, my girlfriend, just saying that was the hardest part, is just I texted them all immediately after, the shots kind of stopped. And I thought I was safe because the door was closed, but if it was anything different, who would have known?
Finally, the police made their way inside, but Yeager tells me he couldn't tell who was who when they were evacuating the building, and it scared him even more.
Someone got to our door and jiggled the handle. No announcement of who it was, nothing. And in that moment that the person jiggled the door handle, we all had this visceral reaction back of at that point we had known that the person was still on the run. We didn't really necessarily know who was in the building, and so hearing the door handle jiggle and just everything happening before that, it just scared all of us. We all just were gotta get back, gotta hide a little more or something.
Now, 2 days later, he's still feeling the impact of being so close to flying bullets.
When I was going to one of the counseling sessions, someone in a car next to me had they were playing loud music with loud bass, and I could feel the vibrations from that, and it was the same sort of sensation as I felt when the shots were going off. So that kind of heightened, stirred up some fight or flight in me.
He says he hopes his experience better helps people who weren't in the building understand what he and others went through.
I'm trying not to think of the what ifs, because they didn't happen, and it'll just drive you crazy.
Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Anna Bennett starts her day with a burrito
Here you go, honey.
and a prayer.
Let's pray.
God, just thank you for this.
For the past 3 months, she's been dedicating her time to her new passion project,
Maple? Okay.
Anna's Abundant Blessings, operating out of a bright yellow trailer and visiting popular homeless encampments around Tucson,
Go, honey.
making sure they get a nice warm meal, all for free.
When they see my yellow trailer, they're like, I see them light up, and it just fills up my heart.
Even setting up chairs and tables and playing music to give them the full dining experience.
It's a maple brown sugar. Okay, honey? God bless you.
Bennett says she's always had a passion for helping people and decided she wanted to make it a priority after retiring last year.
It's a blessing to me to be able to give back to other people.
She says she hopes to eventually expand her outreach to even more people who need some food and a little bit of compassion.
That is what just keeps me going, is seeing all these beautiful people. I mean, we're all human beings. We all need help.